Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Dara here with us. She also has a business partner and she runs the challenges as well on helping people actually lose weight quickly and efficiently. So, Dara, please introduce yourself to our business. To
Hi.
our audience. Yeah.
Yes, good morning, and thank you for having me here today, Tony. My name is Dara Lee Simmons, and I live here in the United States. I have been a teacher my whole career and a school principal, and upon retirement, really went on this health journey myself to lose weight and finally keep it off. And once I discovered what was really working for me, started sharing it with a few friends, and it actually blossomed into a business. And that's how I got to where I am today.
Excellent. Yeah. And what's the one thing that actually inspires you about what you do?
I've always been passionate about wellness, health and wellness. I've studied that kind of as a hobby for the past 35 years. So I really appreciate when people understand the power that we hold in ourselves to really take ourselves on a health journey. We're surrounded by, well, especially here in the States, I'm not sure what it's like, where you're listening in from, but we are surrounded by food that is not intended to keep us healthy. And it can be a struggle for some people to see through all that fog and find their way to a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you touched an amazing point. I mean, this is probably a global problem right now. What sort of advice or tip you could give to someone listening here who would actually want to know how to select a healthy food? Or obviously, we all know about the healthy food, sort of eat more vegetables, eat more meat or whatever it is that like in Whole
Right,
Foods, yeah.
right.
But
The Whole
what
Foods.
would your definition of that be? How is it possible for someone to actually be able to select this and also motivate themselves to stay on that side?
Right. Well, to be honest, Tony, the first thing someone needs to do is to redefine themselves, adopt a new identity. And so if the thought pattern is, oh, whenever I go on a diet, I fail, or, I just can't resist when I see sweets and junk food, then we have to turn that around and turn that into something that I am learning to eat healthier foods, right? I'm a woman or a man who seeks out good, healthy, nutritious food to fuel my body. It's really, that's where it starts, is with the mindset. And I help people really redefine themselves and discover, why is it that you want to lose this weight? What is the reason? Is it, you know, there's typically very deep reasons. For me, it was my grandchildren. I wanted to be able to continue to play with my grandchildren, get down on the floor, and enjoy those moments so we could make memories.
Exactly. So you're saying basically by changing your food habits and by changing your identity around food, you managed to actually sort of play with your children on the floor. Yeah. Before that, it was not possible because of the weight or because you couldn't like sort of bend down or what was the challenge before?
Yes, it was definitely the weight. I've lost over 50 pounds, kept it off. And that's the key. I've kept it off because many times over the years, as anyone who struggles with weight, lose 20 or 30 pounds, but then go back to old habits. And what happens? The weight comes back on. So that was really the key for me, was discovering how to lose that weight and keep it off. And that's the really the strategy that we use to get people to this point.
Yes, and so what would you say like, it was one of the key points here when it comes to avoiding this yo-yo effect and losing weight, gaining it back, and so on. So what was one of the key things you did there?
It was really discovering my why I wanted to do this, and knowing that it was not only to be able to play with my grandchildren, but to be able to, as I age, be able to continue to be self-sufficient and take care of myself. It breaks my heart to see people like struggle to walk from their car to the grocery store. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it, right? People that can barely get there. And I was like, I don't want to get to that point. And if I don't do something, I could very well be there. And it's not about being perfect because, hey, I still love pizza and we enjoy, a good cheesy pizza once in a while, but it's what we do 80 to 90% of the time. And that is the key. I mean, you can still enjoy, going out and having a burger and fries once in a while, but that can't be a staple of your diet if you truly want to have good health, good energy, you want to lose weight.
Definitely, like one of the great coaches that I actually follow and that I learn from a lot. He's saying, he's always saying, like, we're not defined by what we do. Sometimes we're defined by what we do most of the time. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this exactly goes with
absolutely.
what you mentioned as well, and also it's about focus as well, like what we focus on expands. So if we focus only on, like, oh, we can only eat the junk food as you mentioned, or sweets and things like that, then we get more of that. And vice versa, if we focus on salad, soups, and other like whole foods and things like that, then we get more of that. And it's really a lot, as you talked about in the green room. It's a lot about mindset, and it's a lot about identity. So what's your why for doing what you're doing? Because I understand how you helped yourself and how you helped, sort of like how this actually helped you, but then why you're doing it for other people.
Yeah, I've always lived a life of service, and I, like I said, I'm a retired teacher, school principal, and upon retirement, knew I didn't want to just hang out at home, right? There's more to life. And so once I started sharing my methods with a few friends, I said, you know what, I could share this with the world actually. And that's really what my passion is to help, hundreds of women, and it's mostly women. We are open to coaching men as well, but we particularly help professional and entrepreneurial women over 40 who are looking to not only lose the weight, but have more energy and be able to run their businesses more efficiently. And that's really become a passion for me. If we can touch the lives of hundreds of women and help them to see that whatever struggle it is, you can get through it and you can just feel so much better when you're fueling your body with good food, when you move intentionally, and we don't really say that you've got to go to the gym for an hour, 3 times a week. My partner, Laura Ribbons, she has a signature program called Fit in 15, and she offers all of these little quick 15-minute workouts that you can fit in. And it's really about just squeezing in a little bit of time to move your body and keep your body moving along with eating clean. And that's what really helps, and that's what we're passionate about helping people with.
Definitely. And yeah, so also you mentioned you have this challenge, and you have a membership, you have also one-on-one coaching that you help people with. So what are the typical transformation people go through in sort of each of these segments of your offering?
Right. So, yes, we're actually in the middle of a challenge right now. It's the Drop 5 challenge, and it's all about helping people again to start that transformation. And the goal is to help someone drop their first 5 pounds in this challenge. And we can do it quite quickly when people, start eating clean, giving up the soda pop, all of those things. And that's what we teach right away. And then we have a membership that we just offer that support in a group type coaching session. And it's really very supportive. We offer, bi-weekly coaching sessions as well as a back office full of also all of those Fit in 15 videos, as well as my Ditch the Diet videos. And it's a way to help people just really kind of open their eyes to what is clean eating. What does that really mean? How can I fit in one more thing, which is cooking clean meals? And I love helping people with that piece of it. So that's really what our program is all about. And it's designed for the busy entrepreneur, the busy professional woman.
Wonderful. Yeah, that sounds really good. And if someone actually wants to connect to you, find out a little bit more about you, or learn more about the challenges that you're doing, how they can do that?
Sure. Well, I'm on Facebook a lot. My name is Dara Lee Simmons. You can find me there. Or we have a website called our business is Wellness Warriors. So it's mywellnesswarriors.com. And you can jump in there and get connected with Laura and I.
Wonderful. Yeah. So, anyone watching us, I'll share those links in the description of this episode so you can check them out there. And on top of that, if you have any questions for Dara and me, you can ask them in the comments. If you like this episode, drop us a like, subscribe, and also share it with your friends and family. And Dara, so just before we go, obviously, one final tip, one final sort of suggestion, one final thought that you can share with our audience about losing weight, staying fit, living this new identity, health identity, or some other thing. Like, please let us know now.
Yeah, sure. Actually, it might not be sound so glorious, but the weight loss journey, a health journey, is not a quick fix, right? We're often looking for that quick, single pill, that single solution. It is a journey, but it's well worth the journey. It's about making little steps. We believe 100% in adding those little new habits and stacking on those and building yourself a healthier, more vibrant life.
Definitely. And, speaking about that, like quick journey, not quick journey, I mean, if you think about, if anyone watching us like thinks about this, next 3 months will pass by. Yeah. Anyway, either if you actually decide to get into a new identity and start losing weight, or, contact Dara, or you just like not do anything, and the 3 months will pass by. So it's up to you to actually make a decision and make a move, and yeah, use the time in the best possible way, because in 3 months I'm sure you can start seeing results and start sort of living the new identity. So there, thank you so much again, and see you all in the next episode. All the best,
Great.
and bye bye.
All right. Bye bye now. Thanks so much.